Hey everyone, glad to see you today. We're starting out another week. This is week 4, and we're going to continue talking about comparing characters. So our standards are still the same. We're still making inferences and quoting text evidence, and we're comparing parts of a story. And so today we're going to continue with comparing characters that we had started last week with Little Red and Petite Rouge. But there's a few things before that, so let's look at them. All right, so when I get this video made, there's going to be a screenshot of the video right here on this second slide, and you'll be able to click on it, watch this video lesson. Somewhere in today's lesson, there's going to be a code word that's going to show me that you made a good faith effort to watch this video lesson, and that code word is going to be worth 20 points of your grade today, okay? So somewhere in the lesson, I'm going to stop, and I'm going to tell you what code word to type in this box right here to get your 20 points for watching the lesson today. Okay? All right, moving on. So here's the first thing after the code word that you need to type into this slide presentation. It says, first, let's start working on some Greek root words. So you need to complete this page. The first Greek root word we're going to talk about is aqua. It means water. That's what aqua means. So the directions say, think of 2 or 3 words that use the Greek root word aqua and type your words in the boxes. So you can type, pick either this box, or there are 3 boxes here. I'm asking for you to do at least 2 words, at the most 3 words that use the Greek root word aqua. Now, how can you do this? Lots of different ways. You could look it up in a dictionary that's a book. You could Google the Greek root word aqua, and it would come up with different words that use that Greek root word. You could go to one of the dictionary sites like dictionary.com or Merriam-Webster to look that up. So that should be really easy to do. But this slide right here is also going to be worth 20 points, okay? 10 points at least for each word. If you want to put 3 words, you can. But there is what to do on this slide. Then we're going to get into talking about comparing characters. So last week, what you did is we did fast characterization. First, we compared Little Red Riding Hood, and then we compared Petite Rouge. Well, what I did is I created fast characterization to describe the wolf from Little Red Riding Hood, okay? Now, we said the main characters like Little Red Riding Hood and Petite Rouge were protagonists. Well, the evil force that goes against the main character is called the antagonist. So we're going to compare the antagonist from these 2 stories today. Now, I'm going to pause right here and say, if you want to listen to the stories again, I would love for you to do that if you feel like you need to. Of course, you can go back to last week's videos on Tuesday and Wednesday. Last Tuesday, I read the story about Little Red Riding Hood, and last Wednesday, I read the story about Petite Rouge. So if you'd like to go back and listen to those stories before completing this, completely understand. But I have gone ahead and I have described the wolf, and on the next slide, the gator for you to use in this lesson as well. So here's how I would describe the wolf. Well, a feeling that the wolf had in that story is he felt hungry. An action that wolf took was he pretended to be grandma. Something that wolf said, all the better to eat you up with, my dear, he said as he sprang at Little Red Riding Hood. And 4 thoughts that he had, he thought about sneaking to grandma's to trick Little Red. So what inferences could I make about the wolf? Well, I could infer. Remember, inferring is when you make a guess based on what you read in the text and what you already know in your brain, your schema. I can infer that this wolf was sneaky. He snuck to grandma's house. He pretended to be grandma, so he is sneaky. And I can also infer that he is dangerous because he was willing to hurt Little Red Riding Hood. So those are some inferences I could make about that character. But I know he felt hungry, pretended to be grandma, said all the better to eat you up with, my dear, and he snuck to grandma's to trick Little Red. So there's the wolf from Little Red Riding Hood. let's talk about Claude the Gator. So if you'll notice, I've got in the middle here, Claude the Gator. So here's how I would describe Claude the Gator. How'd he feel? Felt hungry. What action did he take? He pretended to be grandma. What's something that Claude the Gator said? Why don't you come closer? Because I want to see all that good food yo mama she done cooked for me. And then also the gator thought about sneaking to grandma's to trick. And that should be Petite Rouge. But you kind of caught me there because basically if you look at both of these character descriptions, you see that Claude and the wolf had a lot in common. In fact, their feelings, actions, and thoughts were a lot the same. Were exactly the same, in fact. Because if you'll notice, 1, 2, and 4 on this page is exactly the same as 1, 2, and 4 on Claude the Gator's page. So Claude the Gator and the wolf were really similar in how they felt, the actions that they took, and the thoughts that they had. The only difference is that the wolf said something different than the gator. The wolf said, all the better to eat you up with. And it seems like Claude the Gator was more interested in the food that Petite Rouge had instead of actually eating Petite Rouge. So that would be a difference. So I'm going to repeat. There were 3 ways that these 2 characters were the same. They had the same feelings, the same actions, and the same thoughts. What was different between these 2 characters is it seems like by what they said, the wolf wanted to eat Little Red, and that was different from Claude the Gator because he just wanted the food. So here's what you're going to do now. After you're done watching this video, you need to complete this page. You need to, and the directions say, please type 3 things that are the same between the wolf and the gator in the middle. So that would be right here. So you're going to type 3 things that are the same. If you go back and look at these 2 pages, you should be able to find 3 things that are the same between the 2 of them, okay? And then it says, then type 1 thing that is different about each of them. So over here, you're going to type something that's different about the wolf from the gator. And over here, you're going to type something that's different about the gator from the wolf, okay? So you're actually going to get 50 points for doing this page. So just to review, to complete this lesson today, you will need to type the code word. Today's code word is ice cream. If you have ice cream typed in this box, when I get your work, then you will get 20 points. Then you need to do this page where you look up the Greek root word aqua, that means water, and you find 3 words that use that Greek root word aqua. And then you need to use these 2 pages to complete this Venn diagram, typing 3 things that are the same about the wolf and Claude the Gator, and 1 that is different about each of them. So if you've noticed, I've put right here, you need to complete this page. I've also put right here, you need to complete this page. And I've also put right here, type the code from today's video lesson to get 20 points toward today's grade. And the code word, like I told you today, is ice cream. Today's code word is ice cream. So make sure that you do all 3 of those things. You type the code word, you type 3 words that use the word aqua, and you complete this Venn diagram with 3 things that are the same between Claude the Gator and the wolf, and 2 things that are different. And you can use these 2 pages that I've completed to complete this page. After you've done that, good stuff. You've created some good stuff. After you've done that, please click Turn In on this assignment. If you have questions, as always, private comment me, email me. remind text me and ask for a Google Meet, or we can discuss it over text, whatever works for you. Thanks so much for working hard, and I'll talk to you next time.